Hello, my name is Stephanie Watt, and this is my mom, Ingrid Guy. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to have a candid conversation with my mom, and I'm also going to do another video and do the same with my husband. And we're going to take a look at what Apert Syndrome looks like from a grandparent's point of view and from a husband's point of view. Again, this is my mom, Ingrid Guy, and she's from Independence, Missouri. It's a suburb of Kansas City, Missouri. And she came to us from Germany in 1973? Mm-hmm. 1973. And so all of her family and everything still lives over in Germany. So we're doing this. This is our second video. My first video, I don't know what happened. We did a whole thing and it didn't show up. So this is our second one. So when you got the call about Emma, tell me what your day looked like when we called and said that Emma had been born.
I was at work. I was still working, and so I hung up. So I looked at my employer and I told him, okay, this is my resignation. I talk to you whenever, bye. So,
and just background on that, she had already planned to retire, right. And she had already turned on in her retirement. She just didn't expect to retire that day.
Right. So, but I didn't care. So I went home. I went ahead and packed my bags and my bag, and I left. So went down to I went down, right?
Dad brought you down.
Dad brought me down. Yeah, and we went to Hobbs. And then my husband, after a week, Opa after a week went back home, and I stayed for a month and a half.
And so when she came, I was in a hospital in Seminole, Texas, and they had to take Emma to Lubbock, Texas to the NICU, and I didn't see her for 2 days. Tony was back and forth with Colton for those 2 days, and it was just me, and I had some wonderful friends that came and kept me company. And when I was released, we came home, and the first day I saw her was actually the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was the 4th of July, and so that was the first day that we all got to, me and Mom, and I think Dad, did you go back there? Dad hadn't seen her. So that was the first day that Mom and I got to see her. Yeah. And so when you first saw Emma, what were your thoughts, and what was your reaction?
All the hardware what she had in, on, and around her, that scared me a lot in that regards. But what scared me too was you and Tony, and Colton was only hours that he could go in and out.
Right.
And so, but what scared me about you guys, But and after you guys kind of got an idea that Emma was going to make it, but it was still a hit and miss. And then the feelings, what kind of swept over you guys, and that kind of had my attention really.
Yeah.
And I took a picture, and that's the picture.
That's the picture.
Yeah. So and then. What else got me when all of us could hold her, that was really something.
Oh, yes, we have. I have that one too. So we didn't hold her for 5 days.
Yeah.
It was 5 days.
Yeah.
When we finally got to hold her.
I mean, everybody was crying. It was us. I mean, there's me.
And then, where's the one with Daddy?
Yeah. My dad he was a mess.
Yes.
Yeah, we all were a mess. So
yes,
totally, yeah.
And so there's Tony.
And then
And hopefully YouTube doesn't flag this and pull it down, but and there was me. We were doing a lot of skin to skin and kangaroo, and it was helping her. The skin to skin would bring her numbers up.
Yeah,
it would make her oxygen levels go up a lot more. And so she would breathe over the CPAP.
Yes. And at that time, you guys didn't even know yet that she was Apert.
Right. At that point, they had a strong, I would say like 98, 99-ish% certainty, but they had to send off for the genetic testing, and they had to send that down to Cook's in Dallas and wait for that to come back to confirm it. But yeah, they were pretty certain at that point that she had Apert Syndrome. When you saw all of the tubes and the wires, and when you were hearing all the information, and you were just kind of digesting it along with us and trying to understand what we were facing and what we were looking at, what were your thoughts about her diagnosis and her prognosis?
Overwhelming. Yeah, overwhelming. But I tried to will myself that everything was going to be okay. Everything is going to be fine. I think a lot of it had to do because we already been taught so much about the special needs,
right,
by Casey. But I just was willing myself everything was going to be fine.
And Casey is my niece. She is 20 years old.
Yes.
And she has Angelman Syndrome. So she has, it's basically it's a chromosomal abnormality to where the chromosome is either missing or it's turned off. Right. Casey won't speak. And she walks with assistance, but she's very shaky. So it's just a very, very, very small bit of Angelman Syndrome.
Yeah.
But we have a little bit of experience with a different type of special needs. So you had
we got
18 at that point. You had 16 years of experience with special needs.
And it taught us a lot. Taught us a lot how to be hopeful, how to be patient, and how to know, there's going to be an option. Sooner or later, we know what we can expect, what we can learn, what we can do. But then there is all those things, what was on her, which I have not ever seen before. Yeah. So that's scary.
Yeah.
That was scary. But still, there was the hope.
And then I think one thing that I do want to ask that I didn't ask on our last video, when you guys were dealing with Casey and you guys would get the stares or you guys would get comments compared to when you hear from Emma, how do you think that prepared you? Do you think that it prepared you more with your experience?
No, I mean, it seems like when people were looking at Casey, they kind of were like the look and then a jerk. But it was not. It was not like. But with you, I imagine, with Emma, they kind of look and then the look.
Yeah.
But with Casey, it was like the look and then the turn, because all of a sudden it was kind of like the sorry thing,
Right.
With you, it was more like I can see them kind of look at Emma and they're looking and then they kind of feel like, what the? Yeah. Kind of like the inquisitive, and then they wonder, so that would probably be the difference between the look and the look.
Right.
My thinking that might be it, because you can see it on Emma's face,
Right.
and you cannot see it on Casey's face. But then she's in the wheelchair because of,
Right.
and Emma is not in a wheelchair.
Right.
I think that's how you can put it.
Yeah, and that's why it's important. That's another reason that we created the channel, is just the importance of when you see people with differences.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
Yes.
Ask questions.
Exactly.
We like questions.
Yeah. Exactly.
Questions are better than stares.
Yes.
So
exactly.
we like questions.
Yeah.
And while we do understand that younger kids they don't understand that what they're saying is hurtful.
Yeah.
It's hard when you come across that younger kid whose parent is with them and the parent is silent,
right,
and does nothing. So I think that's a lot harder when it comes to the stares and the comments, is when we understand with the child, but when the parent does nothing, it kind of makes it harder.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you would like to see from Emma in her future?
She's going to go, I know she's going to go far, but what I want her to see, at least I always said that she's going to be standing up for herself, and one of these days she's going to go and punch somebody.
Unfortunately.
Yes. Yes. I mean, after 46 surgeries, any child, I mean, she's going to be 4, but I mean, any child, any adult probably would say, I have enough. But with Emma, she's not going to take no put. She's not going to take anything. I mean, she's going to go, if you're going to bother her or her brother, she's going to punch you. So,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But she's sassy.
She's going to go far. If she wants something, she's going to do it. If she's going to be the president, oh yeah, she's going to be the president of the United States. So she's going to manage to do everything. So yeah.
What advice would you give to a new family facing someone with Apert?
I hope you got a good support system around you. If you don't, make sure you find somebody. You're going to need it. You're always going to need it. If you have anybody, or if you don't have somebody, go on and look on the internet, look on YouTube. If you want question answered, you will find it. You will find somebody. You have a support system. And there's always 24/7 where you can find somebody. And that is the most important thing, that you have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, I agree with that. And when I found out, because we didn't know about Emma's diagnosis until she was born, and I went on Facebook because my sister is part of the Angelman community on Facebook. And I thought, well, if they have one, maybe Apert has one. So I went on Facebook and I found several, and it was the best thing that I ever did. I know so many people I talk to so many people that I've never met in person, but I feel like I've known them my whole life. And it's so nice just to have someone to vent to that knows what you're going through, that's been through that same surgery, that same situation, somebody that you get a new diagnosis, you don't know what you're facing, they can answer your questions, they can give you their experiences, and it's nice. It's really nice to have that. That's another reason that we created this channel, so we can also put people in touch with not just the Facebook communities, but a lot of the Apert parents are now branching out, and they have blogs, they have websites, they have books. There's several books out now. I am going to do another video about books and put a link to where all the books are available. I'm going to do that in the next couple weeks or so. I've got some more interviews to do this week. But I would like to do that. I would like to make one of those videos so you guys can check out the books that are available. Is there anything else that you
Yeah,
want to
just one more thing is, so because I know from you that there's times that you feel when with your daughter with the Apert Syndrome, there will be times that you're going to be locking yourself in the bathroom and scream and holler. So you're better off to have a support system before all of that comes down to a crash. So yeah, and it's going to happen. So.
And it unfortunately this is a very candid and a very raw conversation.
Yes.
And unfortunately it gets stressful. And you know, you do have those moments where you scream, you cry, you yell, you know, you don't sleep, you don't breathe. So yeah, there are those times, and without the support of the Apert community that I have gotten, I don't know that I would have made it through some of those times. So definitely reach out. And I also am going to include, we have an email address that will put in the comments section. And I hope you enjoy watching the videos and watching the channel. And we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.